Hey guys, I hope you're well and welcome back. It's been a while since I uploaded a video. If you follow me over on Instagram, you might have seen that I've been unwell and I've also been in hospital a few times over the past 2 weeks. And to be honest, I just literally could not film. I was too poorly and I just focused on getting better before I filmed any videos. I've really missed uploading, and especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, I just really felt quite disconnected from you guys. So I'm so excited to be back today, and I thought what better video to upload today than a Lattes with Laura. Everything's a bit crazy in the entire world right now. So I know a lot more of you are going to be at home, whether you're working from home or whether you're just at home at the moment, self-isolating. I wanted to give you something you could pop on in the background while you carry on working, or something you can sit there and watch, of course, with a hot drink. Gonna try and keep this video as positive as possible because I think we all need a bit of an escape right now. We all need some positivity, and hopefully I can bring that to you on my channel. So let's get started. Okay, so the first question is by Hattie Channon, and they have asked, how are you genuinely, I literally hate this word because I can never say it. How are you genuinely feeling? So I'm feeling okay. I think like the rest of the world right now, I'm a bit confused with what's going on. It's a bit weird, and it's definitely something that I did not see happening, and I didn't see this ever happening in my lifetime. So I feel a little bit concerned about the whole thing. I'm trying to stay positive. Obviously, if you guys know, myself and my husband Chris, we're both self-employed, and obviously a lot of our work has been postponed or cancelled at the moment, so we're just trying to navigate through this weird time. But also looking at the positives, we also have a little bit of extra time now to do some stuff maybe on the house that we've been trying to do and just haven't had the time for, and the gardening and stuff like that. So we're going to keep busy, we're going to keep our spirits up, hopefully, and we also have Bernie to look after, who, to be honest, is being a right pain today, so I'm sure he's going to keep us very occupied throughout this whole thing. But yeah, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling probably like the majority of you guys are feeling, just a little bit like limbo land, but yeah. So the next question is Charlene Laura Naomi, and she has asked, how do you feel regarding halt on fertility treatments, etc. due to coronavirus? I'm selfishly/stupidly upset. I don't think that's selfish, really, and I don't think it's stupid to feel upset. I think a lot of people, no matter what has happened in the world right now, that have had to cancel plans or cancel fertility treatment that they've been looking forward to, or they've been kind of holding that date in their mind for quite a while. I feel like everyone is going to be upset about that. I mean, obviously we work on weddings, we've had a lot of weddings have to be postponed, and it's not selfish to feel upset, especially when it comes to fertility treatments, because we all know, if you've been through this or you've been through something similar when it comes to fertility issues, the waiting game is a long one, and you can wait months and years to have the correct fertility treatment. So for it to all be cancelled because of this, I feel like it's sad, and it's just one of those things, unfortunately, that we're having to do at the moment. I feel like you should really make some time for yourself and look after yourself. Try not to get too low about it, because hopefully when this is all past, it will all happen again. You'll be able to have your fertility treatment, and hopefully you'll be able to have the end goal, which is a baby in this. Try not to overthink it too much, because it's a really hard thing to go through as it is, let alone putting pressure on yourself to feel low about this. And never think you're being selfish, because you're really, really not, that is for sure. Okay, so some more questions. The Norfolk girl has asked, what is your go-to clothing item at the moment? Now, I'm gonna be completely honest right now. I have literally spent the last 2 weeks on my sofa. So to be honest, all I've been wearing is either leggings or jogging bottoms. I don't think I've wore a pair of jeans or proper trousers in at least 2 weeks. And today, even though I'm feeling better, I still have leggings on. So at the moment, I would say comfy bottoms are my absolute go-to, and a big comfy jumper like this, because I mean, that is just your stay-at-home clothing. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys right now that are staying at home are living the comfy life, because what can you do? Sometimes you just gotta pick up them leggings, pick up them jogging bottoms and wear them without feeling ashamed. Don't Call Me Pete has asked, would you cut your hair shorter? I actually have been shorter than this quite often. This is actually quite long for me at the moment. I've had it quite like short recently, and I'm kind of trying to grow it out a little bit. And to be honest, at the moment, my hair salon is obviously going to be closed, so growing it out is a good time, although a really bad time to go blonde, let's face it. But anyway, I'm going to rock these roots. So yeah, I would go shorter. I have been shorter before. I really love having short hair, but at the moment I'm kind of enjoying being able to put it up and getting it out of my face a little bit more. So I'm going to see where I'm going to go with this, but knowing me, it'll probably go short again. Sweet Hannah P, another hair question, has asked, how are you liking your super light hair? I can't decide because of my dark roots. Okay, so obviously at the moment, my roots are quite dark. Now I actually probably wouldn't have gone and got these done yet, because I actually quite like the fact that they're dark, and I feel like it actually suits me a little bit better to have a bit of darkness here. Obviously, by the time this is all over, they will probably be like this, which I probably won't be so happy about. But I feel like dark roots is kind of cool, and actually dark roots gives the blonde a whole new look. It actually makes the blonder look lighter because this is so dark. But yeah, I really, really do like having the lighter blonde hair. I feel like it's nice to have a little bit of a change. It is quite high maintenance because obviously my hair likes to be quite warm. So you'll see at the roots especially, it can be a bit warmer toned. But to be honest, I just pop a load of pepper shampoo on it, and you can always tone it as well, and that would get rid of it. But yeah, I do like having it lighter. I feel like it's just nice to have a change. But yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to be feeling about it when my roots are literally like halfway down my head, but that's just something we're going to have to deal with. Hannah 5X has asked, how do you stop comparing other successes to yours? I try not to, but it's hard in work. I actually think this is a really, really good question, because it's something that's really, really difficult to do. I feel like, especially now in the world, we can all see everyone's success. Before social media, we would never really know what people were doing, what people were kind of, I don't know, I mean, I wouldn't even know what grades people were getting at school, whereas now I feel like I know everything about everyone. Hard not to compare yourself to what you read online, especially. And I feel like sometimes it has to come from within. You have to protect yourself, maybe by not checking online as much, not reading things as much. And if there's a certain kind of Instagrammer or account that you're comparing yourself to constantly, it is okay to either mute that person or unfollow that person. It doesn't make you a bad person for doing that. It just means that you are protecting yourself. Sometimes we just read all this information and we compare ourselves without even realizing we're doing it. Just be aware of what triggers it for you and what triggers the negative feelings, and try and avoid it. I have triggers in my life that do really like play with my mind and end up comparing myself to things. I've taken the opportunity to just remove it from my life, and I feel so much better. But it is natural, it's something that I think we all do. And yeah, just try not to let it affect you as much, and maybe have some time off your phone if that's where you're finding you are comparing yourself. When it comes to work, I obviously don't know which situation you're in, whether it's an office environment and things like that. But again, try and remove yourself from the situation. So if it's on like your lunch break, people are talking about what they're doing and all this stuff, they're bragging a little bit, maybe find a new location for your lunch break, etc. Sometimes you just have to remove yourself from a situation, and yeah, hopefully that made sense. Sweet Hannah P has asked, do you live in your forever home, or are you planning to move again someday? To be honest, moving into this house was so stressful that I never want to move house ever again. Liv R. Healy has asked, would you ever suggest for someone to do YouTube as a hobby with no intent of it becoming a job? Yes, because actually that's how I started my YouTube life, just as a hobby. And you know what? It was so much fun when it was a hobby. Not that it's not fun now, but obviously when it becomes a job, it becomes different. You have things you have to do. You have to stick to schedules a little bit more. And obviously it's my job, so things like this that happen in the world can be quite stressful. But as a hobby, it's a really, really fun thing to do if you enjoy filming, if you enjoy photography. if you enjoy talking to camera and you're quite a social person. I always really loved the kind of photography and camera side of it. So I would say doing it as a hobby is really good fun and definitely something that I would suggest to someone to do, especially if we're all stuck at home right now. You might as well give it a go if you're thinking about it, because you've got a little bit extra time on your hands. Get involved. Fluffy Winter has asked, if you weren't a full-time vlogger/blogger, what would be your ideal profession? Now, I always think about this because before I did this as a job, I actually did a few different things. I never really had one kind of profession that I was stuck on doing. Like, I never really knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a web designer, then I wanted to be a hairdresser, then I wanted to do graphic design, then I wanted to do photography, and then it just kind of all led to this, really. But I think now, if I didn't do this and I could train and do something aside from this, I really think I could be like a dog groomer. I think I'd really enjoy to like groom dogs and spend all day with dogs, which obviously is only something that's happened within the last 4 months, because before I had Bernie, I never even knew, like, I don't know, like what a dog was like to have. But obviously since having Bernie, I give him a little trim every now and then when I can, and I quite enjoy that. And equally, being like a vet or something I think would be quite interesting. But yeah, maybe something like that. I probably would do something like social media though, because I do love social media. The positives of social media anyway, that's what I like. Okay, so I'm going to keep this question anonymous just because I'm not sure if this person would want their name on this question. But she said, I had a miscarriage quite a while ago and haven't really spoken to anyone about it apart from my boyfriend. I don't know how to speak about it. I feel very conflicted as I feel guilty. It's a very confusing way to feel. Okay, so first things first, please don't ever feel guilty about a miscarriage. I know that's really easy to say because I've been in that situation where I felt really guilty and I felt like I'd kind of let everyone down. But in the grand scheme of things, this is out of your control. You couldn't help this, and it's something that you've had to go through that you wouldn't choose to go through. So you should never feel guilty. That is my main thing. Do not feel guilty. I think in terms of talking to people about it, it can be quite hard. It can be hard to open up about it and know when to open up about it, because like I've said in my last video, my last Lattes with Laura, the miscarriage one, it's something that you don't really bring up over brunch, like, oh, by the way, I had a miscarriage. It's like awkward. I feel like it's something that's quite easy to bring up if the conversation flows into that direction, if it flows into babies, if it flows into pregnancies and stuff like that. It can be a little bit easier to bring it up, but it can be hard. I would say, don't put pressure on yourself to talk about it if you're not ready to. For me personally, I didn't feel ready to talk about it, especially online, until I'd had 4. And even then, I was still quite nervous about it. So if you have had one miscarriage or your early days after a miscarriage and you just don't feel like you can talk about it, just don't put pressure on yourself. You don't have to speak about it. And if it's something that you do want to talk about but you're not sure what you want to say about it, you can always text your friends, especially, or your family members, and just say, you know, this is what I've been going through recently. I just wanted to let you know. I don't want to talk about it at the moment, but just so you know, if I'm feeling a little bit sad or if I don't want to come to a party, this could be why. That can be a really good thing as well, because then your friend knows where they stand in the situation. I cancelled a lot of things and a lot of kind of social gatherings without really saying why I was cancelling them, and then that didn't help me with the whole guilt thing. So sometimes if I look back, I think, you know what, if I just said, look, I'm having a really hard time, I've been through this, don't really want to talk about it right now, but I can't come tonight, I feel like people are a bit more understanding. Overall, I feel like this is a subject that I could literally talk about all day long. And while we're on the subject of miscarriage, I'm actually thinking about doing a few more things about miscarriage, but maybe on a separate website. So that's something that while we're all kind of quarantined or self-isolated, I am thinking about spending a little bit more of my time on, especially as work is quite quiet right now. So if that is something that you guys feel you could benefit from, like different blog posts about things that I've learned and maybe videos that I can make that go on that website only, then let me know down below if that's something that you would actually visit and would find helpful. Let me know how you're feeling about it anyway, because that's something that I'm quite passionate about, so hopefully I can help you guys out. But yeah, please don't ever feel guilty because it's 100% not your fault and you should never feel like that. Hope that helped. Okay, so we might as well break up these questions and do a what's on my lips. So today I have this pencil by Nude Sticks. This is an intense matte lip and cheek pencil. So these are really good. I think I've spoken about Nude Sticks before, but you can use this on your lips, but also you can put it on your cheeks as a bit of blush. I actually just used it on my lips today, and this is in the shade Belle. It's a really nice kind of pinky nude shade, and because I have this kind of turquoise top on, I wanted something a little bit pinky, just a little bit girly, and literally put this on and was like, yep, that's exactly what I wanted. I really like these because they are like a pencil as well, so they are really easy to apply, and you can really get the shape of your lips quite good too. Like I said, spoken about these before. I've got so many Nude Sticks products. They do really, really good kind of eyeshadow pencils as well. And yeah, their lip stuff is really good. And I love the fact that I can use this for my lip and my cheeks as well. I do always forget to put this on my cheeks, but actually this would be a really nice blush colour. So maybe tomorrow I'll be wearing this on my cheeks as well. But yeah, really like those products. I'll leave that one linked down below for you as well. Okay, so Samuel Mellows has asked, if you went back in time and could give your 18-year-old self 2 pieces of advice, what would they be? Okay, so this is a really good question. I actually probably would have way more advice than 2 pieces. So 18-year-old self me, oh my goodness, I would say don't put pressure on yourself to rush through life. But I was so concerned in what I was going to do as a job, what I was going to have as a career, whether my grades were going to be good, and really I wish I just kind of slowed down and just enjoyed being 18, because now I would love to be 18 again. But yeah, I think at 18 sometimes you feel like you've got to have the whole world figured out, and you really, really don't. What else would I have told myself at 18? Probably not to just rush into relationships. Like, I dated quite a few people that I just kind of dated because they were there, and that carried on for quite a long time in my life. So I probably would tell my whole life to do that. So yeah, probably those 2 bits of advice. There's so much more advice that I would give myself, but even now when I look back like 5 years ago, I still would give myself advice 5 years ago. So constantly learning. Okay, so on my video, Tim and Celeste asked, my question for next week's episode is, on the days you might wake up feeling unmotivated, are there any specific things you do to help you get in the mood to be creative? I actually find that I can be quite unmotivated at times, and I think a lot of it is because I do sometimes wake up in a little bit of a low mood. It's due to things that I've been through, obviously, and sometimes that can just happen for no reason and no fault of my own, really. I feel like on those days, sometimes I do just give up and think, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. I can't deal with it today, but that doesn't always make me feel good. So I feel like sometimes when I'm feeling unmotivated, the ways that do make me feel better are definitely getting out the house. Taking my dog Bernie for a little walk can be so good for me, just to get out in the open, especially if it's a nice sunny day. That's always really nice. Also, just getting up, getting dressed and getting, I don't know, doing my hair, doing my makeup. Sometimes getting dressed does make you feel more motivated. And if that fails, then put on a good song and have a little dance in the kitchen, and that can always help too. So yeah, so Aurora Charmin has asked, did you watch Game of Thrones and how did you want it to end? Yes, I did watch Game of Thrones. I'm a massive Game of Thrones fan. I'm so sad it's all over, and to be honest, I was quite disappointed at the ending. I'm not going to say how I wanted it to end because I feel like then I'm going to give spoilers away, but let me say this, the way it ended for me, I was really disappointed. I thought it was rubbish, and I was really disappointed in how rushed it felt as well. I would have liked them to kind of make it last a little bit longer, but anyway, I still love Game of Thrones and I really want to watch it from the beginning again, but it's such an investment because there's so many episodes now, and our Skybox deleted them all, which is so annoying, but anyway. But yeah, love Game of Thrones. Okay, so I thought I would finish off this video with my beauty product of the week. Now, like I've mentioned, I've not been feeling too well, so I have literally been at home for 2 weeks on the sofa, and I definitely haven't been wearing makeup in that time. I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I have put makeup on in about 2 and a bit weeks. So yeah, No makeup has been going on this face, but one thing I have been using is this. This is by Ren Clean Skincare. I actually received this a few days before I went into hospital. It's the Global Protection Day Cream. I really like this as a daily moisturizer. I use Simple Moisturizer as well, just needed a little bit of a break from it. So I definitely felt like this come at the right time for me. I really love this brand of skincare. They are natural and organic, and there's no really heavy scents in them either. This just kind of smells really natural to me, and I really like it. Definitely worth giving it a check out if you are looking for a daily moisturizer that's a little bit more on the natural side, and definitely something good for your skin. It's cruelty-free and vegan as well, which I think is really important in this day and age. So yeah, clean to skin, clean to planet. They also planted a tree for me when they sent this through, which I thought was a really nice kind of thing to do for a PR package. And everything that comes with them as well is recycling. So they send out a little makeup bag, and it's all kind of made of cardboard. Just a really lovely brand. So yeah, I'll leave this linked down below. I really need to clean the lid of this because it's a bit messy, but just some proof that I've been using it. So yeah, love this, and it matches my outfit. Okay guys, so I think that is literally all the questions that I have been asked for now. If you do have a question for my next Lattes with Laura, you can leave them down below in the comments on this video, or I'll also ask a few days before I film over on my Instagram stories, and you can ask over there. So if you'd rather ask on there, make sure you're following me and make sure you keep an eye on my stories. I really hope you are all doing well at the moment. I know this is a really weird time in the world and it can be quite scary. I hope that if you're self-isolating or you're quarantined in your country, I hope that you're staying indoors and staying safe and just trying to look on the positives. And I hope if you are someone that is a key worker that's having to go out and work in this, that again, you're staying safe and trying to stay positive as well, because I feel like having to go out and having to work in this, it could be quite a scary time for you as well. And if you're self-employed like me, don't worry. So if there's any videos that you would like to see right now, then leave them down below in the comments as well, and I'll get filming because I'm gonna have a lot of time at home. So let's see what we can come up with. Creative ideas are also welcome. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you again in my next video. Have a lovely day, stay safe and stay indoors. Bye.